Today we're going to be doing another loading and shooting video. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be loading up some 45 ACP on the Lyman Spar turret press, and that's coming up next here on Jesse B Outdoors Reloading. Welcome back everybody, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below if you like videos like this. So we're continuing our series here with 45 ACP. What we're doing is we're loading it up on the Lyman Spar turret press here, and later in the video we will be shooting them in my Ruger SR1911. So let's go ahead and get started. Bring that camera on in here and I'll show you the components we're using. Alright, for the components that we're using in this video, we are using Hodgdon Hp38. That's my favorite semi-auto powder that I like using here. And then for primers, we are using TruthSocial primers. I've already got these pre-primed. We got mixed range brass here between Federal and Blazer. These are small pistol primer ones because that's what I like using now. Keeps it on the cheap, only having to buy one kind of primer. And then the bullet we're going to be using is going to be the Lee 452-230 TC truncated cone. These I casted up myself. I like to thank Andy79Z28 for sending the lead out to the channel for me to cast these up. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, we got to take the rope off on here again. I'm sure you guys have watched enough videos by now, you know this thing just falls. What we are using for dies is RCBS dies, and then I got a Lee factory crimp die at the end. We'll start our first round here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through it in case you're new to reloading, just so you know. This first one here, this is a sizing and depriming die. But since I got mine pre-primed, I removed the decapping die. So we're going to size it. Move it over to the second one. This expands it. For expanding, you got your regular size brass here and the bullet won't fit into it. So we got to expand it to make it fit in. So we'll do that here real quick. We'll expand it. Grab that bullet again, and I'll show you this time. That bullet will sit right down in there so we can seat it. So now what we're going to do is move it over to the seating die. We're going to get our powder charge, but first I want to do a powder check just to make sure we are dead on. So we'll do our powder check here. I'm looking at 5.2 grains of that HP38. Do not use my load data. I've worked up this load doing ladder tests. My case overall length ain't by the book. And I'm not telling you guys the case overall length, but this works for me. Now that we're done with that warning, plus there was one at the beginning, we will seat the bullet. Got it seated. And now we move it over to the crimp. And we crimp it. And there is our first round made up here. Now what I'm going to do is I got my barrel right here, my Ruger SR1911. We're going to plunk test. Drop it down in there. It falls right out with no issue. I'm going to drop it back in again and make sure I can spin it to make sure these aren't in the grooves, and it's spinning with no issue, and it drops right back out, so we're good to roll on that. So now we got our first round made here. Sorry I don't tell you guys the case overall length, but I just do it for reliability because I found what's in the book and what goes with my guns usually never match. So that's why I don't give you guys my case overall length, just so you guys know. But we're loading up some 45 ACP here. This is what a lot of people consider God's round, which I don't blame them. It is a fun round to shoot. Love shooting 45 ACP. We are shooting these in my Ruger SR1911, which is the first 45 ACP that I ever bought and owned. And I'm trying to think here, is it the first one I ever shot? No, I think it's the second one I ever shot. I think one of my brother-in-law's buddies was over here one day and he had a Glock 21, and that was the first 45 I ever shot. So the SR1911 would be my second. And then if you follow the channel, you know I got my Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 full-size 45 ACP that thinking that one's going to go bye-bye. If you haven't seen the review of it, I'll leave a card up here for you guys to see the review. It's a good gun and everything. I just don't think it's for me. I think if I'm going to stick with Smith & Wesson on striker fired, I'm going to keep my 10mm. I had the one issue with it. If you guys didn't see the video before this one, I loaded up 10mm for it. Depending how that video goes, because I'm doing all these loading videos the same day, I'm probably going to end up keeping that. But for 45 ACP, I think I'm going to look for a different striker fire gun to get. And that's one reason why I wanted to do the Ruger SR1911 today, because I have yet to make a roundup with this bullet for that gun. So this is going to be a test video basically. I know that that powder charge will work with what I'm doing, but I haven't tried it in this gun yet. So that's the other reason why I don't want to give you the case overall length. But like I said, you shouldn't be listening to people on YouTube for load data. You should be going to a load data book, and then all the companies like Hodgdon and Lyman and people like that have a data center on their website, and you should be going to those. Let's go ahead and change the camera angle up. So yeah, continuing on with that, I cannot believe how many people trust stuff they hear or see online. Please, if you're a new reloader, don't be like that. Go to a reputable book. I've got 3 books up here just for handgun. I go off of those, and then I also go to, since I use Hodgdon powder, I go to their website a lot and get info. I compare it all and then try to make a educated decision on what I'm going to do for powder and overall length. What I found on overall length on a lot of my guns anyways is I need them shorter than what the book calls for. So when that happens, don't go to max charge in the book, because you're creating more pressure by seating the bullet lower. So anytime you got to seat the bullet lower, you got to bring the powder charge lower. I just want you guys to know reloading is safe and fun, but it can be dangerous. And that's something I wanted to bring up in this video just because of comments I've had on my past videos. You know, I don't mind helping you, but when it comes to load data, you gotta do your own research on that one. Learn and figure it out just like I did. Do ladder tests. You've seen plenty of ladder tests on my main channel. You've seen me do, I think, 1 or 2 on this channel now. And we'll probably be doing more because I've got a new Shooter's World powder. And as you guys see in this video, I'm using HP38. And another one I like using is Tight Group. And the Shooter's World Clean, I can't remember what it is, something clean, is supposed to be kind of like HP38 or Tight Group, somewhere in that range. So I'll probably be doing ladder tests with that. And the reason why I'm testing the Shooter World is because it is cheaper. And if you guys follow my channel, you guys know I do a lot of videos. So anywhere where I can save money, I try to do that. Because making these videos isn't cheap. I don't think people realize that. YouTube ain't that well of a good employer for paying their employees, mostly if they're gun channels. So that's why a lot of us have links below for you guys to check out, because that helps support the channel and buys all this stuff. But yep, I got high hopes for that Shooter's World. Hoping that works out good, because that is a lot cheaper than what I normally use right now. And anytime we can find something cheaper, that's the way we should go, because like I like saying a lot, buy it cheap, stack it deep. That's why I'm still using some primers. I'm not in the latest videos, but I'm still using a lot of primers that I bought in 2019. But I'm starting to run out of them, and that's why I've been doing all these Subversio and White River primers and doing test videos on them, just trying to find a cheaper way to make videos. But if the primers are junk, there's no sense of buying them if they're not going to work. So far on all those videos, everything has pretty much worked good. Go check those series out on both channels, this one and my main one. because I've got all the loading ones on this channel, and then I've got all the shooting parts of them on my main channel. But that's one reason why I started doing a series like this on this channel, so we can do some loading and shooting on this channel, just so everything ain't so split up. I kind of like having two channels because both of them are growing, and that makes me very happy that both of them are growing. And that's because you guys must like watching somebody like me, which I still haven't figured out why. I'm just basically a redneck with a reloading press and a range in my neighbor's backyard, which is my in-laws, so I can use it whenever I want. And I just don't think I'm nothing spectacular. I'm just a normal guy. I've got a muscle disease, so I'm not the greatest shooter, but I do the best I can. And I think that's what you guys all appreciate, is that I try to put out decent videos. I wouldn't say they're good or great, but decent, alright videos. And I try to keep it real. As you've seen with this channel, I really don't edit a lot out, because I want you to see my mistakes. That way you guys can learn from them. With reloading, it's good to catch mistakes, which I've had a couple on the channel already, and I caught them. And hopefully you guys can learn from those. Let's change up the camera angle again. Alright, get this moved here, and we got 5 more rounds to make up here. These are actually the first time I'm using these RCBS 45 ACP dies. And if you guys watch the other videos, you've known I'm really starting to like them, and no different with these 45 ACPs. They seem to be working out pretty good. Working really well. I do have my Dillon 550C on order, and that's why I'm using all the RCBS dies right now to get used to them, because these are going to be going on Dillon tool heads. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bullet on this real quick and give you guys a sneak peek of something. We'll leave that down there so we know where we are. I do have a couple of these tool heads in already. Walter from the Viejo channel uses these on his 500. And I got a couple in. This company is on eBay, but they also got a website. And Walter was pretty impressed with them. And they look pretty dang good, so I do have a few of those here already, waiting for the press to get here, and then I also got a couple more coming in the mail. What I'm going to try to do is get a tool head for every set of dies, so these RCBS dies are going to end up on those tool heads. And then I'll probably just swap the Lee Factory Crimp die, because I'm still keeping my Lee Classic Turret Press, so all my Lee dies are going to be going on that. But I'll probably just swap this factory crimp die back and forth. Or if you guys use my links enough, I might end up just buying more of these dies and just having them on both sets. But I really don't like wasting money like that. I like putting the money towards other stuff for the channels. Like putting it back in ammo or other stuff to buy for videos. I do have quite a few things coming that we're going to be reviewing on here. One of the things I'm excited about, my pass-through ladder test I've done, my powder trickler started leaking everywhere. It's an old one that used to be my wife's grandpa's. And I got a Lyman powder trickler coming. So I'm excited to do videos with that. We'll do a review on that. But now we are down to our last 45 ACP here. We'll get this made up. We'll seat it, crimp it, and there's our 45 ACP. Now let's take these outside and shoot them. Now we're outside with the 45 ACP that we loaded up. We got the 20 rounds out here. Shooting them this time in my Ruger SR1911. I've had issues like I told you guys while we were reloading with my Smith. And we're just going to see if they work in this gun here. And I haven't shot it in a while. It's nice to hold this gun. This is my first 1911. I love this thing. So let's give it a try. There is some marks already on the targets. I forgot to paint them before the video, but hey, it happens. There's not many. I've been doing a bunch of videos where I'm shooting these 20 for the load and shoot videos, and there's not much on there so you can be able to tell where I hit. Let's go ahead for the MGM gong. Alright, right dead center. That's why I always like a 1911. Big silhouette. MGM coyote. Alright, let's go for the little silhouette. Alright, silhouette on the frame. Alright. Let's try the bowling pin, see if we can hit that. Nailed it with no issue. Let's stay on that side of the targets, go for a small. Ooh, missed it. There we go, got it on the last round and they all fired just fine. Alright, magazine number 2 here with the 45 ACP. Let's go after that MGM popper. Ooh, I'm shooting too high. There we go. I could just dump a whole magazine on that thing. I love that thing. Let's try the 6-inch gong. Alright, we'll pop that. Let's try the coyote in the head. Popped him right on top of the head, and all of them fired just fine. Let's go with the last magazine. Alright, we got the last magazine here. There's only 4 rounds in it. What do I want to go after? Let's hit that bowling pin again. Just smoking it. Let's try the gopher there. Missed them. Let's try the MGM popper. See if we can hit it on the last round. Alright, and they all fired just fine. Let's give you my final thoughts. So what's my thoughts here of loading up those on that press? Gotta love it. As you can see, I could hit anything I wanted as long as I did my part. Very nice, accurate round. For some reason, I don't know why I can't get 45 ACP. The reload's right from my Smith. But these ones we made up this time around shot perfect in my Ruger SR1911. I definitely like this gun a lot more for my 45 ACP, and I've always shot my reloads good out of it, as you could tell. So give it a thumbs up like always with all the rest of the rounds we've made up so far. Hope you guys are enjoying this video series. So as always, don't forget to check the links out down below. Down there I have links to Axel Hearing Protection, Gators Eyewear, and a bunch of other companies I like dealing with. Some got discount codes to save you guys money. Others are affiliate accounts that do help out the channel. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. We are One Nation Under God, and I'll see you all on the next one.